Hey there, my name is Dove Lerner, and I'm the security research lead at Sixgill. Today, I want to show you some cool things that can be done with Darkfeed 3 and Darkfeed 1. So first, let's take a close look at Darkfeed 3. Darkfeed 3 is a subfeed of the Darkfeed. It includes indicators of domain names, really, that are for sale on the deep and dark web. So the scenario is very simple. Someone registers a domain name. They, for whatever reason, they find a cool domain. Maybe they think they can make money off of it. Maybe they want to use it, and they'll use the domain. And then at some point, they're going to want to sell the domain. Once they put it up for sale on the dark web, really anyone can buy this domain. They can use it for a malware server, phishing page, CNC server, anything. Now, these are suspicious. Any organization should be blocking any domain name that was being sold on the deep and dark web for sure. So we want to take a closer look, though. Can we actually prove that these domains were being sold on the dark web? Um, so here, if we look at Cortex XSOAR, on the screen over here, you see these. This is the list of domains for sale. Instagram.com.ua. So that's seems like a typo squatting for Instagram. Uptouch.ru. But let's actually look at this IPTVtracking.com. This maybe is a typo squatting, or maybe it's just trying to do something. Maybe the actor thought it was a cool domain to register. Now, over here, you can see the Sixgill post ID. So this is actually the ID of the post in the portal. We can take a closer look at what the original post looks like on the dark web. So let's copy that. Let's open up the Sixgill portal. Over here, I'm selling my domain. Let's open up the post. So this actor says, hey, I'm selling this domain. What is the reason? I don't have time for it. All right, just don't want it anymore. How's it monetized? It's a new domain. That's important, right? If someone wants to buy a domain, is this something that has been used for a while and is recognized, or is it new? But it comes with social media accounts, and that's, you just need time. What are the challenges running the site? So this is the domain of the dark feed. Now keep in mind, it is posted on August 18th, 2020. And if we search this domain, IPVtracking.com and VirusTotal, we can see something very cool with the WHOIS. The WHOIS over here was from May 14th, 2020. But then August 31st, so maybe a week and a half after this domain was posted for sale, the WHOIS information changes. So here we see that the registration, the country stays the same. I believe this is actually Algeria. But if the register an email over here, this is a hash of the email address for the registrant. And then all of a sudden that's changed. We have a different hash, right? This is 3504, and now we see AC6A. So at hotmail.com. So it seems like someone else bought this domain soon after it was posted on the dark web. Who bought it? It's hard to tell. We can't see who responded to the post, but we do know that this domain is potentially a ticking time bomb, that someone can use it for something malicious. So that's how we can action items in Darkfeed 3. Now let's look actually now at Darkfeed 1. Darkfeed 1 is items that are being shell access to domains that are being sold on the deep and dark web. So this means that someone has hacked into a domain. They're not selling the whole domain, but they've compromised it, and they're selling their method of accessing the domain on dark web markets. And essentially, it's the same use case as previously. Someone can buy access to the domain, put up a phishing page, CNC server, you name it. So let's look over here. We want to see digitalmarketingcv.com, right? If I get an email with a link from this site, I can say, hey, this looks legitimate. But it might not be if an actor compromised it. So let's open up the post ID over here and search the post in the Sixgo portal just to get a closer look of what this looks like. Here we are. This is a screenshot of the domain. And we can see that it has a web shell access. It has the domain registration date. It's in English. It's built off of WordPress. So really interesting background information about the domain that was compromised. And here's a picture. And again, so this is someone's legitimate website that they built. It looks like a WordPress blog that isn't quite well developed, but now let's check it out on VirusTotal, digitalmarketingcv.com. First of all, it's all clean. And we don't see any change in the WHOIS information because the domain stayed with whoever registered this site. But again, this is in Egypt, it appears. But again, this is a ticking time bomb because if someone has access to the site, then they can essentially use the site for whatever malicious purposes that they want. So these are two ways where the Darkfeed alerts about domains. And one is suspicious domains that are being sold, and the second is compromised domains. And in both cases, the Darkfeed is giving early warning because someone is just using these domains at the stage that we detect them to build up malicious infrastructure and use it at a future date. So this is just highlights the ways that the Darkfeed gives information and can be used. And I hope this has been helpful, and good luck with it.